Hello everybody and welcome to episode 3 in my Carthaginian campaign let's play for Imperator Rome, the 1.3 Livy update. Now in the last episode, we were dealing with the invasion of Magna Graecia and several of the states within it, Ely, Lucania, Heraclea, Metapontum and Locri, the states here in red. Now our invasion's been going pretty well, but our progress has been slightly impeded by the fact that we don't have military access with Thuria, something that we're working on right now by getting improved relations and paying for gifts with them and stuff. It seems like in a few months we should be able to go through, waltz on through from Croton no problem, and take these guys out. They don't have many armies left. Some of our client states are actually up there already, no doubt arrived by sea, and we could do the same with our big fleet, but I don't know, I'd rather just not pay for the fleet, and I actually want to downsize it in this episode as well. So we're just going to wait a couple months and just walk through Thuria. Now, in between episodes, I've been doing a kind of a crash course and a lot of studying actually on how republics work, because I felt like I just wasn't necessarily getting that attached to it. It's easy to get attached to a monarchy where you have this one family and you kind of learn who's in that family, and it can be really fun doing that. But now that I've actually learned republics, I'm starting to think republics actually might be a bit more fun, because the good thing with a republic is you can choose who gets into power if you play your cards right. So I get to invest in any character I want and get them to rule, and eventually through different laws and such, we can extend their terms out to 10 years, we can make them a dictator, we could form an empire. You know, so I think it's actually a really cool situation to be in, and now that I've really studied and taken the time to learn how the Senate works, how we can manipulate it, I think we're going to get way more involved and attached to our characters. And we'll kind of I won't sit here and just lecture you guys on how it all works, I'm sure many of you probably know, and if you don't know, we'll just kind of get through it organically. As we'll be doing some stuff actually right at the beginning here with our character here, Bodastart Bodona. Now just to establish some things, for instance, every 5 years there's a new election, so you know we can predict it. The game started on 450 AUC, so 455 and then 460, so in 465 there's going to be a new election, unless of course one of these guys dies of old age or something like that, or in battle or whatever, then there's another election immediately, and things can get kind of tricky and complicated when that happens. You might not be ready for it. But anyway, long story short, every 5 years currently we're getting new people elected, and then every 10 years those same people can be re-elected. So you can have a person in power multiple times. Now for instance, we had this guy, Milkiaton Barca, the leader of the religious faction. He was originally our co-Safet at the beginning of the game, as was Maharbal Bodona. He was our original Safet, so he didn't get re-elected, but this guy did, and he actually went from being a previous co-Safet to a main Safet. So it's kind of interesting. We've already got some investment attached to this character. He's got really good finesse and decent oratory, which is contributing there. And our co-Safet then is okay as well. So you can actually check here the current candidates and who's going to be coming up next. So the leading candidates for this election are Bodastart Bodona, Eshmoniatan Barca. So these two guys, so this guy, Bodastart, and this one, Esh. So they're coming up next, and then the two below them will be Ahum Gizgo and Malchus Bodona. So we could search those guys. They're not always the party rulers, by the way. They could be different people. The party rulers might be on their timeout, from they won't be able to be elected if they were recently elected. But anyway, we'll leave that for now. I just wanted to catch you guys up on the basics there. But something I'm going to be working towards soon, depending on what character kind of comes by and if we like them enough, we're going to enable extended terms. And that way we'll have them for 10 years, which I think would just be a little bit of a better period. And 10 years as well means that every time we lose our leader, we have an election, we have a stability hit of 5%. So I'd rather that be mitigated to 10 years. I think things would operate much better there. But to do that, the Senate is currently blocking it, so there's no way we're going to get it through. We needed them to be at least okay with it so we can force it through for some tyranny. Or at best, then we can make them very happy with it, and we can just get it done. Now that's going to be really hard because they're not really going to change how people are elected. That's a big thing to change. Whereas these other laws are okay. Like religious laws, they're like, yeah, okay, that's cool. Religious party are obviously well up for that. Legislative laws, people are pretty happy about things changing there. That's based on our ruler popularity and so on and so forth. But for the elections, that's a tough one to pass, and we're going to be working on that. But it could be really helpful. I don't know why you'd ever do shortened terms. That seems really weird. Maybe if you had a guy that was awful and you just wanted to quickly shorten your term and get him out. I guess that could be a thing. And then we have lifetime elections, which could be really, really cool. But that gets a bit complicated. We'll talk about that later. Alright, anyway, just on with the campaign. I think it's just important to kind of establish that I now know how republics work way better, and I'm less confused about so much that's going on as well. Alright, so something I wanted to do was actually downsize our fleet. So there's one of the fleets here, it's led by Hasdrubal Mago. We're going to take him off and just get rid of this one. So I was talking about fleets in the last 2 episodes and saying that, oh, I'm not sure how we get our own heavy ships, because we actually picked some up from Syracuse through the event chains and the mission chains of taking that city. So we studied their technology and we got some Octares and Megapolyremes built from that, or we just took them from the port, whatever it might be. We actually can't make our own heavy ships as Carthage, which seems absolutely bonkers to me, but that's just apparently the way it works. It's to do with your traditions, and North African traditions, despite being seafaring people and so on and so forth, we will never be able to build our own heavy ships, ever, as far as I understand. We can only capture them, and we can maybe obtain them through missions. So if we get them, we need to keep them, because they're very valuable to us. So, the reason a heavy ship is very valuable is because if we have 5, we can actually use them to capture a port. And then you take a little bit of damage and you'll have to send them back to heal, and then we could capture more ports. So obviously if we want to be doing coastal raids and things like that and capturing ports and helping our land armies, we really need heavy ships. Now port raids and port assaults can still be done as long as we have I think 1 heavy ship or something. You can do it. It'll tell us when we get there and we'll see. We can create breaches in adjacent forts. So if we ever come up to, well, Ostia doesn't actually have a fort, but any coastal forts here, like for instance out here, Heraclea and Metapontum, we might be able to do some stuff with our heavy fleet. So we might try that out and just help the siege along, because I think we can reduce a fort level here and speed up the siege. So we might give that a go. It could be fun. Alright, very last thing that I wanted to mention and point out was this character is one that I think we'll be paying attention to. He's only 35. His name is Vernina Hanid. He did the full invasion of Sicily, helped out there, and he's been leading his army quite successfully. I noticed that he's a really powerful character because he's the head of the Hanid family. As well as that, he's actually Massilian and Hellenic, so he's not our religion or our culture. He actually comes from Massilia, obviously. And he's just one of the characters I guess we started with. But he does seem to be a very influential and powerful character, you know. I'm surprised he didn't run for office. Now, the one thing I don't know is, do they need to be Massilian or Punic in culture to run for office? Maybe. Like, he has citizenship, so I would assume he can run for office. He's 100% prominent, 43 popularity, and quite loyal. So this is a strong character to have. Now, if he was a ruler at some point, it would be pretty bad for our diplomatic reputation because he is sarcastic. But other than that, I think he's just one to watch. He's quite a cool character to kind of have in power. He's got his wife, Yapa Bodona. He's got his son, Amastan Hanid. You know, he's doing well. Now, I haven't seen him come up in the running for any of this stuff anywhere. Maybe he's also too young. That could be another caveat to him ruling and running for office. But he's 35 now, which I think is definitely of age, because, you know, Milkiatan Barca would have been 38 when he was leading before. Actually 35 when he was leading before. So it might be 35. We'll see anyway if he pops up. I don't think it affects it if he's, you know, leading an army, because others have been leading armies and still running for office as well. Anyways, so that's that. I know I've taken a long time here, but hopefully people can appreciate just at least that I'm setting the foundations for all the episodes to come by just explaining this stuff now. So one thing we can do in politics, and we need to do, is in 2.5 years we're going to have a populist take power, and we don't want that because populists suck, right? They're going to suck down our monthly political influence and just not be a good thing to have in power. Unless they're a really good candidate, I guess we can maybe put up with it. But at the moment we have Bodestart Bodona, who's currently a researcher, leaning a lot more towards being a populist, and he's currently convicted to be a populist. Or has that conviction. Now, he has pretty equal conviction to be of the religious faction or of the mercantile. He's kind of a centrist, I guess you could say. He kind of leans in many different ways. And we're going to try and influence that a bit by putting him in a job that gives him more mercantile conviction, because I'd like him to be a mercantile. And that way, when he comes up next, the mercantiles will be in power, and we'll get diplomatic reputation increase, national commerce increase, and that's pretty much it. We already had the Omen power stuff. Religious one being in power isn't that important to me. Now, we could put him in charge of the military faction or something, and yeah, no, the conviction would be too hard to get it up then. Anyways, so let's get him in as a mercantile. So what we need to do is go technology, take him off oratory. We'll put in Melkart Pils Igorid, seems capable. And then we'll go to our government, go to offices, and we have Berakabal Gizgo leading, he's the current magistrate right now. So I'm going to change that to this new guy, Bodeshart Bodona, who's actually better suited to the job anyway, so it makes sense. So there we go. He's nice and loyal, 4 out of 8, so our aggressive expansion is going to go down a little bit quicker. He's currently still going to be a populist. And the populist, but now he's a magistrate, is increasing by 0.15. Now it says has holdings plus 0.02. I don't think more holdings actually contributes more to this, believe it or not. We can test that out, right? It says 0.02. He's got 2 holdings. So I would think that each holding is 0.01. But I actually think giving him more holdings doesn't change anything. So give him a holding in Drought, the previous Syracuse capital. And we check this now. It's still 0.02. So I don't think we need to do that anymore. But it's nice that we've given him holdings because now he's more loyal. Something that I wanted to do actually for this guy was the same. He's our current populist faction leader. And he's the current Kahen. The office is the chief high priest of the Republic. And then we have the senior priest, right? So this one's going to reduce the sacrifice to the gods cost. Now his statesmanship is pretty high. I think I'll actually keep him there. We're not going to be changing him to be a populist or not. So I think he's a fine candidate to leave there. Alright, so that's pretty much all of that stuff I wanted to get done and out of the way with. So that's politics done, set for a while. So if all goes to plan, this guy, Bodestart, will convert in about a year's time to being mercantile. And then he won't be the leader of the party, but he'll still be popular enough because it's based on his popularity, his prominence, and all of that. People like him, seems to be coming from a prestigious family and all of that, so he should get in. Now, the other thing I wanted to do is increase the popularity of our own consul, or Suffet. He's at 71 right now. We want to bring it up to 80 so we can pass things through the Senate really easily. So what I'm going to do is actually put him on an army. Maharabal Bodona, the previous Suffet, is going to take a back seat to Milkiton Barca. He's had his time. He's only 5 marshal, so he's not that good. His statesmanship is decent, so he'd probably be better served somewhere in government for his zeal, to be honest. Maybe we'll make him a priest at some point. So now that our leader here is leading this army, he should be able to get a little bit more popularity if we do get him winning battles. He only has 6 marshal though, so it's not great. Anyway, let's put in Barca. Barca's second Carthago. So he's leading the Carthago. And then Hanid is going to be leading the first. Alright, massively long intro, but hopefully we're all done now. The other things to catch us up on is the fact that we're actually integrating Mentum, we're integrating Acola, and we're building up relations with Gymnasia out here so we can integrate them as well. Don't want to do too many integrations because obviously we lose armies doing that, so gotta be careful. And by the way, if we play our cards right, this guy isn't that popular right now. He's only at 27% popularity. What we can do is when the election happens, then we can trigger the end of all our wars. And by integrating or rejecting the families, we lose or gain popularity. So we can kind of play around with his popularity as soon as he gets into power. And that way, we can push through a lot more laws. Alright, whew, we're done. Let's go. A small favor. The fortunes of political factions rise and fall about as frequently as the tide. Today, the leader of the mercantile faction approached Milkiton Barca with the offer of a simple gift in return for our acknowledgement of a number of new Senate candidates. Holy crap. So this is the leader of the mercantiles. This is quite acceptable. We'll owe him a favor. It would be nice to get that money. And we'll gain 5 support for the mercantiles. Okay. I want the mercantiles in, so yeah, this makes sense. I don't want him to lose that much loyalty. That'd be dreadful. So yeah, we'll say it's quite acceptable. We'll owe you a favor. I look forward to seeing us when we have to pay these favors back. So we're just waiting to get military access here. Hopefully it doesn't take too much longer. A mission task can be completed. Trade traditions. We have a long tradition of trading all across the Mediterranean, bringing valuable goods from one side to the other, be it silver of Iberia, the copper in Cyprus, or the grain of Egypt. We have always been an important actor between different nations. So this costs 250 gold, and we'll receive... the province of Carthago will get 20% commerce value for 20 years. And then we can go down here. I'm just thinking, should we wait till later? Because we'll get more money if we leave it longer. Potentially. Oh, this is very interesting. So, after trade traditions, we can go down Magna Punica, Old Treaty, or Local Alliance. So look at this. All Italic nations in Magna Graecia or Italy who are neither an ally nor subject of Carthage gain 25 opinion of Carthage. All Hellenic nations in Magna Graecia or Italy who are neither ally gain 50 opinion. I don't know why it's in red. It still says gain. And then we get heavy infantry discipline and heavy infantry maintenance costs till the end of game. Italic inspiration. That seems awesome. Now, Old Treaty is going to be leaning towards more commerce in the areas of Magna Graecia, but I guess that's only if we end up Well, we will end up taking it. And then this one will be Province of Calabria gains Magna Punica, which increases loyalty, conversion speed, but that's only for 20 years. Obviously want to go down this route. So let's do trade traditions now. It's going to take a year to be completed. So we just spent 250 gold. We're going to get that extra boon to commerce now in Carthago. And is that forever? No, that's only for 20 years, like I said. And then we'll go for local alliance, hopefully. And then we'll definitely have the opinion to get through, if we could just wait a year. And in fact, we could probably then even ally up these guys. Oh my god, we could ally them right now. Now, Taurus was another one in our quest to get, I think, or in our missions. So let's ally Taurus. Yeah, I'd love to do this peacefully if we could. So this will give me the Tarentine Cavalry. If they have 150 or greater opinion, we could get Tarentine Cavalry. Mission. We'll read about that later. Who else could we get? Would they like to ally? They're not... The Senate aren't really too pushed on that. So maybe we'll leave that until we gain our popularity boost that we were talking about before. We're going to be taking out everyone else, but maybe Brutia. Again. Oh, you know what? I actually might have just forced that one through and didn't even realize. Maybe I did. Well, either way, we'll wait. We'll wait just a little bit longer. So these guys want an alliance now. They won't give us access, though. So let's give them the alliance. Oh, yeah, so... Damn it. Let's just force it through. We're going to get 5 more tyranny, but we'll just force it through. We're pushing that through the Senate. I don't care what they say. But now we'll get the military access. That'll allow us to go straight through and finish this off. So we'll have to wait a month. Alright, let's speed it up. Lofty notions. Himilco Barca and his dreams of high office are fairly well known in the Senate of Carthage, but recently he's been lobbying for more urgently of his suitability and deservedness for the role of Tribune of the People. So do we want to give him the job of Tribune of the People, who's currently been held by Patanoum Hanid? This is a civic job, and his civic is 6, his is 4, so no. Hamilco, maybe this just isn't your thing. And that's available to us because of our persuasive talents of Milkiton Barca. Can we go through yet? What do we have to wait for? How long? 1st of May. Alright, and the Senate are behind us. 100 seats agree that we should be able to go through Thuria and ask them to go through. Alright, so we've got military access now. Now we can just go straight to Heraclea. Let's get this guy to go straight to Eli. Or maybe here, actually. Consilinum. Because if he beats this army, he's going to get a little bit more popularity under his belt. And if we can get him to up to 80, then we can get the alliances we need. I find that really fun. I think it's really cool. Okay, so we have some scorned families. Not a big deal. Low navy maintenance. That's intentional. Bad research ratio, which does suck. Calabria is suffering low food. The prisoners don't really matter either. And peace may be imminent. If 1,000 days pass. But it won't. We'll finish this up in 1,000 days. No problem. Man, there's a lot of little armies here. Oh, by the way, we need the war music. How could I forget? Now that we're finally progressing again. Alright, off we go. So Milkiton Barca, leading Barca's 2nd Carthago, is going to be heading straight towards here, which are currently in a battle. And by the way, some people, there's just one comment really, was saying, why are you force marching? You lose all your morale. Now here's our morale. 3 out of 3. Force march. Move. Our morale is still 3 out of 3. What force march does is it reduces your morale recovery. So if I was to lose all my morale and then force march somewhere, we'd have 0 morale. But marching with full morale is ideal because it's really, there's no penalty. Well, the penalty is your army weight. You take up more supply. But there's no penalty to morale. So you should definitely force march if you're trying to get somewhere quickly if you've got full morale. Don't force march if you don't. Simple as that. And there we go. Should arrive just in time. Thanks to the force march with full morale to kick their ass. Unfortunately, though, for this battle, we're not actually in charge of it, our leader, so we don't get the popularity. It would have been nice if we wait. We probably should have let them die. Maybe we do. Maybe we do. It said this side's commander. No, it's just their commander, I think. So what did our commander get? Yeah, he didn't get any. Damn. Oh well. Not much we can do about that. The only thing I could think of doing is progressing further, but we have to just siege the forts now, so we'll just sit on the fort of Eli and take that out. Are we taking attrition on this army? It's 17199. Let's see what happens on the turn of the next month. We shouldn't be. We should be just consuming food. We are taking attrition. What? Now that's confused me. Oh, because of the siege, is it? That's strange. I was so sure that this... Anyway, I won't get bogged down on that. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. I thought if you've got food with you, which we do, you don't take attrition while sieging anymore. Now, it's a level 2 fort, and it just says here, attrition 1%. The unit weight, we're over our unit weight. I guess maybe that's why as well? I don't know. No, we just gained back up now. Maybe it was the extra armies on top just put that weight over the limit. Yeah, now the unit weight is under the supply. That might be why. Okay, maybe it was just because the other army's standing on us. Strange. I don't know. I've just never noticed that before. Since the changes for 1.3, normally with food, as long as you have a full bag of food, you don't take attrition. It's only when you run out. Even sieging. You actually gain manpower while sieging, like we just have. But I guess it maybe also stacks with the supply limits? Maybe if you don't have the supply limit. Yeah, like if I had 100,000 men standing here, maybe even if I had food, then it would just be too much and we'd take attrition. I didn't know that that was the case though. So this trade traditions is nearly done, 19th of March. And how's our... Hey, look at him. Badestart Badona. There he is, part of the mercantile faction now. So we did it. We his conviction is changed to 1111. So it's still pretty even, but we're pulling ahead now. The holdings is still 0.2. So yes, awesome. So putting him in that job, it's as simple as that. We gave him a tribune job, or the magistrate job, I should say. And now he's got loads of support behind him for this. So that's great. 43. I'm not sure exactly what that means. 43? Oh, it's just the amount of people. So 22 from the mercantile, 6 from religion, 8 from the populace. So those are the votes that he's getting right now. Pretty good. Looks like the co-ruler will be a populist, though. It's not a big deal. Doesn't really affect anything. Okay, sieges are going nicely. We have a decent amount of money now. So after this, when we take this, I'm hoping to just, like, calm everything down for a while and build up money and then enable some mass building across the empire if we can and do some integration. Speaking of integrations, gymnasia need to be integrated now as well. The Senate, 76 seats behind it, which is good. Yeah, no threat of battles, 14% here and here. No problem. I said I might bring up the fleet just to see how that kind of works. So let's pay for the fleet and we'll bring up the heavy ships. Alright, the fleet's on the way. Dun, 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 dun. Such dramatic music. Go! Go! I'll bring them up and see if we can help that siege go quicker. I don't know. Just out of curiosity. Heraclea are actually sitting here with 7 cohorts just watching their siege, their town be sieged. And if we can actually take them out, we could actually remove their army before we even have to fight it, which would be interesting. Alright, the fleet are almost there. 37 ships. Okay, so we can't do... territory of Heraclea loses a fortress, but why can't we do it? There we go. So the Ulizibra loses 70% strength, and that's the name of our heaviest ship right now. Where's the Megapolarine? There it is. So the Ulizibra. So the Ulizibra will lose 70%, but they'll lose a fort level. They're currently on 2. So there we go. Paradox so awesome. We get to hear loads of noises, loads of awesome immersion for taking like that all that port siege that just went on. There's a fleet in there, but we didn't even fight it. Awesome job, Paradox. That felt so immersive. But anyway, they should progress down a level on the next month tick again because Paradox like things to happen on the end of the month. There we go, the siege is won. It's as easy as that. It would have only went down 1 level, but I guess that was enough to make us win. Now, that fleet is actually going to come out and engage us here. Do we want this guy getting more popular? He's got a lot of conviction. Oh, he was a former slave. So he's got conviction to be a populist. Man of the people, eh? That's a dangerous, that's a kind of, he looks dangerous. I was just thinking, do we want him to get more popular? No, not as a populist. Definitely not, actually. So we don't want him to have this fight, to be honest. So what we can do is just go, hey, Heraclea, thanks for playing. And we will just lose some of that aggressive expansion for now. So there we go. Heraclea are done. This army is then being reduced. We're going to cross the river and go straight over to them. The fort is still here because it was 2 forts. We removed 1. And now this fleet can head back home. Heal up. Go back to Drought. Actually, go to Croton. And we'll stop paying the fleet as well. And just like that, the fleet and the army's gone because they've got no nation to represent. And when's the next election? Probably coming up quite soon. So we don't want to end any more wars until this guy gets into power, and then we're going to make him way more popular because he's only 26 popularity right now. Alright, good stuff. 96 war score. Alright. Hanid getting even more popular, winning his battles. This siege could also do with having that port assault thing happen again, but we need the ship to heal, and it only heals at 5% each month. And it's at 40% now, so it could take 10% each month. That's good. So it's going to take 5 more months before we could bring it up if we wanted to. We're still sieging Ellie, but that looks like it's going to be over pretty soon. We could also do another port assault, and this is why heavy ships are so important. It'd be great if we could field. Imagine how fast we'd be if we could just field our own heavy ships, come along here and just smash the coastlines of Italy. Now, I don't always, but I feel like I'm always going to be neglecting elsewhere. Did we get our city built here? How's it performing? We did. It's tiny. Look at it. It's like 4 little buildings. That's so small. There's only 4 pops here. So yeah, not enough yet. How's the migration? We got 1 coming in, 1 leaving. The tribesman is leaving, which is kind of good. To be honest, we can't really help it more. Even an aqueduct wouldn't do much for migration or immigration because it adds more population capacity, which does help pops coming in, right? This is coming in because of... Actually, migration attraction is the number, yeah. So civ value, that's what we needed to improve, and I think I did improve it in the last episode. Coastal port, province capital, civ value, and then population capacity. So that's all helping the attraction here, which is actually does seem quite high. So let's click urban development again. It only costs 25 political influence. We're only on 12, so we really need to bring that up. Alright, cool. Man, I'm really into this campaign now. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling the Carthaginian vibes. Rome, it looks like Rome are going to be up next. They were in a war with Etruria, and Etruria's kind of collapsed in. I was tempted to like ally them or guarantee them or something, so that we just go straight into the war with Rome if they try to finish them off, but I don't really want to do that, to be honest. I actually kind of want Rome to finish them off for us, and then we can just take the island. Speaking of the island, is there any more colonization opportunities here? No. Alright, we're really just waiting on these 2 forts to be finished. And then it's GG, and our allies here are taking the capital of Lucania. And by the way, is this finished? Yes, so this is finished now. So we can now go for local alliance. So all Italic nations in Magna Graecia or Italy who are neither an ally nor subject gain opinion, 25. And then all Hellenic nations. So that's... I wonder, is that culturally Hellenic or... Yeah, it's probably culture. I don't know how you check what their dominant culture is of a nation. I'm actually just not sure how you can do that. I know you can check the leader though and just be like, oh, he's Italian in culture. So Thuria might like us even more. Maybe we could integrate them. These guys are also Messapian as culture. I think that means Italic as well. Anyway, we're going to enact that. It seems just... Oops, wrong thing. It seems easily the best benefit because it's a lifetime heavy infantry discipline bonus of 5%. I mean, that is just something you cannot ignore. The other ones are temporary. Actually, these ones are lifetime as well, but it's just like a little bit of commerce value on 3 different areas. It's not that important. We'll go with this one. So we had an ancient agreement with the people of Etruria, and over time we have several trade treaties with other Italic tribes. Though they are a people who freely break treaties and war on one another, it should not reflect on us, and we should try find an agreeable terms under which the peoples of both sides can prosper. Boom. Awesome. And then these guys... So we made them our ally already. Let me just double check on everything. Yeah. So Taurus now are up to 125, and we're improving relations with them. Well, we did. So to improve opinion again, we only just finished that. So what we could do right now, oh my god, we just clinched it. If we send a gift, we get 25 opinion, right? They haven't had a gift before. The Senate are loving it. They love the idea of this. 150 straight up. And that's going to reduce by 1 even if we wait 1 month. But now, Tarentine Cavalry. That's how you do it. Alright, the Cavalry of Tarentum is famous across the Mediterranean for their advanced skirmishing tactics, and their mercenaries have often been seen bolstering the Hellenistic armies of the East with their proficiency. Bringing some of these reputable horses and soldiers home to Carthage would surely bring some sought-after expertise to our armies, and that'll give us Tarento-Punic trade, which is actually just... Oh, Carpus will now produce horses. Where's Carpus? Oh, nice. So remember I said we were importing horses. Now we'll actually have it locally, and we'll actually get the benefits. That's awesome. So we're going to lose the dies here, though. So we were getting... that's a bit of a shame. 2 produced in Carthage. Oh, no, we'll still have the bonus then. We'll just have to stop trading 1 away. Yeah, awesome. This is great, then. That's a really good one. Okay. Oh, wow. We can actually finish the mission right now. Although we haven't finished everything. We didn't go down this way. Or this way. Yeah, we haven't done it all yet. I don't want to finish it yet until we do more. Yeah, we'll keep going. Do we get anything for finishing it? I don't think so. Yeah, we'll just keep progressing. I guess maybe when you hit the bottom of one of the chains, it says, hey, you can finish it now. Which is kind of nice. Because this hasn't locked out. You can see these are locked out because they've fallen to rubble. But this one's still going. Carthage owns at least 1 territory with a port and dominant Punic culture. Oh. So we need dominant Punic culture in one of these areas soon. And then we have vanquishing Lucania, which we can do, but we can't take it all. We have to take all of Calabria, but it's owned by Rome. And then conquering Tarentum. Now, it could be a subject of ours as well, which is interesting. They don't want to be a vassal. I can understand that. I don't want to be forcing these things through the Senate. Now, I wonder would these guys go for vassalage, or actually Taurus. Demand tribute. So we can get a tribute out of them, but we can't get Klein State. And that's really what I'd want, because I'd want to be able to integrate them. And as we expand, our opinion's going to get worse, because aggressive expansion will go up. But what we can do as well, actually, is change now to an appeasing stance, which will lower our decay of aggressive expansion, and our improved relations costs will be cheaper, and our opinion of allies will go up. So we get another 25 to these guys. Appeasing stance. It didn't go up that much, though. It should have went up to 75, I would have thought. We'll see, anyway. But I think it's better to have appeasing stance for the amount of aggressive expansion we're going to be taking all the time. We're making good money now as well. I won't forget to spend it, but I'd like to spend it maybe if we ever get the civic faction in power, and then we can empower them, reducing the build cost even further. So, now that we've lost our bonus to dies, let's stop exporting. So there's the dies going from Carthage to Egypt, actually. We're going to stop exporting that, and we'll get back our capital bonus. Yep. Now, we still don't have our bonus to stone, which I think was here, was it? Yeah. 8. So we need slaves here, dude. We don't have any... Even though there's a mine, which is population capacity increase, you'd think these guys would be demoting to slaves. I mean, they are, I suppose. Let's move some slaves here. I don't understand this. Where's this guy coming from? Oh, this is the province. Sorry, I thought that was the territory name. These are the territory names. Yeah, yeah. Alright, cool. I wanted to move some pops here to get that building reduction cost thing. Is that enough? That might be enough. We're over the limit now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're reducing loads. Great. Okay, so that's given us build cost reduction 10%. And then hopefully the pops that leave and migrate and will just be tribesmen and citizens and stuff like that. And I don't think it came at the expense of anything else. I don't think so. Alright. Sorry, a little micromanaging there, but I think it's good to... Obviously, the capital bonuses are super important. Alright, the Siege of Elia is 1. This will auto-capture then as well. Now, our ruler, how popular is he? He's getting a little bit more popular, but not by much. Not by enough. But when we banish these families... Actually, we really want this guy to be the ruler, the popular one, right? Because he's coming in next. So we'll just wait. Wait for the elections to happen, and then we'll wait for the wars to end. And then we need to... Who's the governor of Magna Graecia? It's Ethikates Barkid. So I think religious conversion is going to be the necessary evil here. What is that? 8,000 men coming south onto our fort. These guys could go for an alliance as well. I want to make these guys all, you know, vassals of ours if we can. It's difficult though. We can get tribute, but it's hard to get that extra 30 you'd need. Now you can make friends with the guy, and I think that also helps opinion. Aggressive expansion is -1. Aggressive expansion isn't as impactful if they're your ally already, which is nice. Yeah, it's hard to say how we could get that to go much higher. Other than just getting technologies, I guess, that improve... the improve opinion maximum. That's what we want. So we need 213 gold to get that. Alright, cool. So anything else we need to... Oh, shit! This guy's become a populist again. No! I played it so well! He still has more conviction for mercantile, so what's his problem here? Friend of party leader, popularity. Damn, he's getting more popular. Why is he getting more popular? He keeps getting more popular. I wish he wasn't friends with the party leader. Shit. Nothing I can do about it. I mean, it should be more for the mercantiles, but the election's coming up now in just a few months, so I don't know if it's going to be enough to change him over. It might be. Yeah, I don't think there's anything more I can do, but that would suck, man. We played it so well. To have it all go wrong. I wonder would boosting the mercantiles change anything? We could smear his own popularity. Oh man, it's so interesting though, because that then hurts ourselves when we do get him to be a leader. Right, so smearing his popularity will lower the conviction he has. But I think we need to do it. I do not want a populist in power, so we're going to have to smear this guy. Smear campaign against Bodshart to Bodona. He has to change now, surely, in the next month or two. We don't have long left though. October is right around the corner. Oh fuck, now he's actually the co-ruler. Shit! Ah. We brought him up to the mercantiles though, which is good. Let's smear this guy as well, fuck it. Smear the crap out of him. A little bit of extra tyranny there, but has to be done. Has to be done. Absolutely cannot have him rule. Alright, election's coming up. Okay, we made this guy mercantile. If we could just get him to flip over here. So why would that be? So this guy just has more backing in the Senate. Yeah, so more people are just backing him. And what is it based on? I'm just trying to see what the deciding factor is here for this guy. You know, over the other one. His prominence, 41%. This guy's way more prominent. His prestige is 10%. This guy's prestige is also 10. Bad health, apparently. Oh, he's a little bit unwell. Dysentery. So that makes it less likely as well. There's just months within it now. You would think that more mercantiles would back the mercantile guy now, right? So let's go and endorse. Another tyranny hit. So this is so awesome. You know, Milkitan Barca is here smearing these guys around. You know, convincing this guy to change his party, and now he's bolstering the mercantiles. He's trying to make sure the populists don't get in next month. But I would imagine that this has to give more conviction for the mercantiles to want to back him. July. We've only got two and a half months to go before the election now. And then meanwhile we have all the wars going on. We're about to finish off this final siege as well. The integration of Hydra Mentum. Oh yeah, forgot about this. So our integration is completed. So Hydra Mentum are no more. So our client, Hydra Mentum, has long upheld Carthaginian ideals in a fair and even-handed manner. It is a matter of course, therefore, that their eventual integration into our state is to be a cause for jubilation. The Hadramentian elite have been instrumental in facilitating this union, and many are hoping to find a place within our government. So these are the 3 Hadramentum people that we can take on. So we could welcome them or say no. So let's see what they're... Oh my god, he's really good. 10 and 12. 9, 10, 10 and 8. Holy crap. 8, 7, 9 and 1. So he's not as good. Maybe we'll just go for these 2 again. He's 41 and he's 52 and he's 51. Yeah, we'll just go with Malchus and Melkart Shama. So Malchus... We're actually going to lose popularity taking these people on, which is perfect to do as the guy who's just about to pass over his rule to someone else. What? Oh, but he got his hair back. That's what it is. This is the same guy, but he was bald in the other picture, but he got his hair back because he died. That often happens. So I guess he disappeared into obscurity when we said no. He's dead. Oh my god, we did it! Look at this! Dual mercantile ruling. Now, we've taken on a lot of tyranny here, and the downside to that is culture happiness, general loyalty. It's not like we didn't pay the price, but this is going to be great. Getting this guy right in there. Election right around the corner. Oh man. Feels good, man. I wish the politics was like way more involved, but it feels good just to even have that little bit of politicking going on. In need of assistance, the leader of the mercantiles, the representative of the mercantile faction, Malchus Barcus, taking it upon himself to call in a favor. It would cause some embarrassment if we were to decline this request. We've got a lot of favors already. We already owe them a favor. Oh, so this is the favor. So he's in need of assistance. We're repaying the favor, and he's going to gain mercantile influence 0.50. That's perfect. That's what we want. We want the mercantiles in. Excellent. Couldn't have gone any better. Call for peace. That's fine. This war is now almost over now. Actually, we can actually piece these guys out, but like I'm saying, I'm waiting to do it to gain popularity for our new ruler, who's going to be Bodostart Bodona. There we go. Uh-oh. Well, here we go. So the election has happened. Let's put on some new music. Okay, so Bodostart Bodona has proved to be a contentious candidate as Safet. I mean, I can agree with that. He's flip-flopped parties a few times, pledging allegiance all over the place. Not very popular either, low popularity, and I think that's what's happening here. So, previously an outspoken critic of the government, he was spoken of contempt. Sorry, hang on. Let me go back to the beginning. Bodostart Bodona has proven to be a contentious candidate as Safet. Previously an outspoken critic of the government, he was spoken of with contempt during meetings of the Senate. All were surprised, therefore, when he was elected to rule Carthage, casting aside any notions of propriety and class. With such underwhelming popularity amongst the elite, it's hard to see how Bodostart will get anything done. That's so interesting. It almost seems to know that he was previously an outspoken critic of the government. It's like they know he was a populist. That's what the populists are kind of speaking almost against the government, I think. They're for the people anyway. So not necessarily against the government, but maybe against the nobles. So it's not worth upsetting anyone yet. The military and because he's not very popular, like 11% popularity, they're like, what the hell? So it's not worth upsetting the balance just yet. The military faction will be less likely to support you, so will the civic, and so will the religious for 2 years. Or we take a huge hit to stability, and we pay tyranny by saying bring them to heel. Vague threats never hurt anyone. No, look, 2 years is a lot. I mean, that's like a third of our term, basically. More tyranny, can we handle it? Tyranny's only being reduced by negative 0.10. I don't think we can handle more. And the stability's too hard. So this is the price we pay for kind of getting ourselves in there with low popularity. But it's okay, we'll make ourselves quite popular, and that should help us push through things. The influence of the Bodona family. The fate of the Republic and that of the Bodona family is and always will be intertwined. It's therefore great urgency that we're currently not enough Bodonid persons of quality ready to shoulder the responsibilities of the state. So basically, this character's family, the Bodonids, it says there's not enough of them. I mean, it seems like there's a lot, but I guess they're mostly women and children. Yeah, so it's asking me, do you want to take on 2 of these people into the family? This guy, they're both pretty bad. So no? I'm going to say no. Neither of these 2 are fit to speak in our name. Okay. Alright, so once the siege is done in any moment now. Also, we're now taking attrition again. Absolutely bizarre as to why that is happening. Yeah, we're taking severe... Oh, no, now it makes sense. We ran out of food. Okay, that's fair enough. It has been a long siege. So he was the previous magistrate, so we have to kind of think who we'd want to be the next magistrate. This guy has no influence anymore. I guess it doesn't really quite matter too much. We can always change it if we need to. Oh my. Oh, this guy would be way better. Yeah, so let's put Malchus down into this position because his statesmanship is so flippin' high. 91%. He will reduce our aggressive expansion heavily. And what I'd like to do is start working on the civic faction getting in next. Yeah, so what we'll do now is we'll say you can get off your job. Malchus Bodona. So Malchus Bodona. Oh my god. This guy has 10 charisma and he's full up on he'd be a great researcher. I might put him in research. Where's Malchus? Am I blind? Where the hell is he? That's weird. What? He's not on the list. Okay, that's strange. I'm not sure what the hell is happening to that character. Let me just check him in the character pool. He's a bot in it. Yeah, he's not there. Oh, no, he is. No, he's not. He's not there. Sorry about this. I don't know. Like, I might be doing something really stupid, but he should just be... Okay, let's search by male. Let's say not employed. What the fuck? He's not anywhere to be seen. Shit. Okay. Well, anyway, let's just get a new magistrate in here. We'll give it to this guy. His full statesmanship, it makes sense to have him. And then he'll be, maybe he might become a mercantile. So that's gonna, negative minus 13, that's brilliant. His conviction is 100 to this, which is insane. So I guess he's never going to change. He must have been the previous party leader for the populists from where he came from. Yeah, that sucks. So he's probably never going to change that. But his conviction for mercantile is growing. So unless this gets reduced somehow, he's probably always going to be a populist. Anyway, so the Shefats. So we need a new one. Because I guess that guy's gone missing. Unless maybe we let time play and he pops up. Doesn't seem like it though. Alright. Well, whatever. So this is going to be the Senate influence. We want them for civic. So who's the civic guy? This one. He's only level 4 though, which sucks. But we'll just get him in anyway. It's the best civic guy we have. And he'll add a little bit of senatorial impact to the civic people. Yeah. Alright. Alright, sorry. I hope people don't mind. I mean, I love all this stuff actually, to be honest. So I hope people don't mind me spending such a long time figuring out the government like that. But I think it's fun. Alright, the siege is won, the war is over, and now this guy with his 31 popularity, we're going to get this to be increased, and yeah, we'll get this to be increased. So let's go, thanks, see you all later. So we're going to get all that territory, and we already got Heraclea. So the Elian elite, the Locrian, the Metapontian, the Lucanian. So we'll gain 5, we just went up to 68 popularity already, just from winning those wars. So we were on like 30. I went up to nearly 70. Yeah, I wonder did we get about 10 from each war or something. I should have checked in the war screen. But oh well. We can raise this even higher. So we'll just... no quarter, no quarter. Now we're up to, what? 78. No quarter. And the Lucanians, banish them of class, put the rest to the sword. And just like that, we are now extremely popular. Although we're losing popularity. Maybe we should have went the full whack. But that also means now that we have the power in the Senate to do almost whatever we want. And in laws, we still don't have enough with the laws. The mercantiles are supporting us a lot if we wanted to change terms. But no one else is. You'd think as well with the tyranny we have 8% coming from tyranny. It's still not enough. You need to bring that tyranny up to like 30, I think, to basically get this to work. And then also be friends with other people in government and things like that. But for now, it's fine. So, a nice gain for us there, right? But we're a little bit border gory. So let's see what we can do and talk to some others. So we can now do these alliances without harming the Senate. So we're allied with them. We're allied with them. We're allied with them. We're not allied with these guys yet. I'd like to get them as an ally as well. No loyalty changes for doing these actions. So that's something I failed to mention as well is, you know, when you're doing laws and when you see this, if we were to push this law through, anyone, these characters that are belonging to the mercantiles will all get a little increase from loyalty, but the others will lose loyalty. So if you've got characters on the edge of their loyalty and you pass something that people don't like and you force it through, then people are going to be very unhappy with it. So it's kind of cool. So we're gaining food back? Yeah, we're gaining food back now. Alright, so good. I don't know if I want to destroy any of the... I might destroy the fort here. It's a little bit unnecessary. But for the first time, we're not at war with anyone. How's Rome doing? I've seen them moving their armies around. They're allied with Messapia, and so am I. They've got a bunch of their clients as well. They have CBs all over the place in Greece. Okay, so let's have a look. So this is the current situation. So this is all basically under our control now. Now I wonder, has that helped me in the mission tree at all for anything else? Taking Calabria. They're not our clients. So until they're our clients, we can't really demand tribute. Tribute's pretty close. We need 50 more relations. Now we have the money. Can I actually pass through that technology that I wanted? No, because the money requirement has gone up. Okay. So let's stop paying the armies and forts. Start making some more bank. Alright, gotta kind of... I mean, we're coming to the end of this episode. It's been a very Senate-heavy episode. Government-heavy episode. I'm just trying to think, what do we want to do next? What do we want to plan for next? Like, we're getting 2 more integrations, so I'm happy to actually, like, let things chill just for a little bit. And build up some money and start investing and building some stuff. You know, what we need to be doing is converting a lot of the pops we have. We've got all this new territory out here, which we should actually figure out some of these forts. Don't think we need the forts here. A fort there is pretty good. Yeah. Let's get rid of this one as well. But yeah, what I'd like to do is just take a bit of time to integrate, grow, convert our population, build up our economy and our infrastructure. We haven't built anything anywhere. And to convert, what would be great is to go city buildings and just start getting temples and libraries and things like that all over the place. Which I think is what I'm going to do. So if we look at religion map mode, this is the religion map mode right now. So we're obviously extending well into Hellenic territory out here. And we have religious governor policies all over the place to try and help to convert early on. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to try and do. So how much money do we have? See, it'd be great if we had endorsement of civic faction. If we got the civic faction, it would have made a bit more sense, but it's okay. So start converting. So I wonder what the happiness is of all these places. So we'll look at loyalty. So loyalty of Maisislia is really low. It's going down pretty dramatically, actually. I kind of understand why, I guess. Yeah, we're lower. Oh my god, it's getting lower in a lot of places. Okay. So maybe we should tend to the ones that's getting low in first. Calabria. Metagonia. Siculia. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so I guess, yeah, just in Italy, basically. We'll leave the African ones. They're fine. So the ones in Italy, we need to start building some temples. So I'm going to build 2 temples. How much are each one? 36. 2 temples in all the major cities I can. Oh man, that's another thing we need to do, is to move the capitals. So this is a capital here. The capital of this one, I don't even know where it is. Oh, it's all the way down here. That's a terrible place. We'll have to move it. We'll move it to Drought. 25 influence to move that. It's quite a lot. But it improves a bunch of stuff. And then increases like migration attraction, things like that. Okay, so temple, where are you? There you are. 1. We'll just do 1 for now, I guess then. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So bunch of temples built. Sicily are having religious reforms essentially all over the place. And then pops that are in these places are going to convert just a little bit quicker. A scientific breakthrough. One of our researchers, Maharbal Bodona, thinks he is just about to make a notable scientific breakthrough in the research that he is currently working on. All that's needed is some more supplies and funds for the next couple of years. To be able to get his hands on some of these, he has personally asked our Safet, Bodestart, if he can be given access to some of them. The rest of our researchers would certainly suffer if we were to make this move, but maybe it's worth it after all. So if he gets it, we'll get martial advances increase, but otherwise we won't. I'm not going to give him it. I'm sorry. Of course, we're not going to squander all our resources on one researcher, so no. We've got a new omen. Let's, do we have anything for happiness? Doesn't seem like it. We have output of commerce. Our commerce right now is 19. It's not bad. Citizen output 17. Let's just do that. Monthly tyranny reduction, actually. We might need to do that, thinking about it. And then the loyalty's not too bad either. Plus 0.4. Yeah, I feel like the tyranny is actually almost as important because it'll increase the primary culture happiness over time. So it's not a big increase. Maybe I'm crazy for doing this, but I just feel like that's the right thing. And without paying anything, like our economy isn't the best right now. Alright, we just advanced in technology, in martial and religion. Barbarians. Oh, shit. Alright, we're gonna get it back on the boats and hop over. Milkiton can handle them, I'm sure. Actually, why would we run all the way out there? We'll just get the boats to come to us, of course. Pick up at our new city of Eli. Alright, so manpower is pretty good, at least 42,000. What about Rome's is? 61,000. They got 48 cohorts. Okay, they're bigger than me in terms of military might. Just a little bit of a cause for concern. They would be a challenging group to fight with all their discipline bonuses and stuff. They would be really difficult to defeat. But now that we have our light cavalry benefits, we should do a little bit better. Now we could just talk to these and pay them off. Even let them settle if we wanted to and create a tribal vassal out of them. But I'm not going to do that. That's crazy talk. Alright, the navy's here. Let's hop on the boats. Let's bring the boats all the way down here. Get off at Rushkashad. Pay the army. So it gains morale on the way over. There they go. Hopefully we don't encounter any pirates at sea. It's kind of risky to travel while not paying the fleets like that. What are they made up of? They actually have elephants in their army. It's kind of interesting. The barbarians down here are a bit more of a threat, I think. Alright, the boat's just about here. And let's get marching. So they pillaged 4 different territories right now. We got a drought. A particularly harsh year has led to a drought in the province of Sardinia Borealis, withering the crops and leading to food shortages. Local officials are begging for support to avert the crisis. It's the governor, is it? Yeah. It won't be cheap, but we may be able to import extra supplies. It is our responsibility. I'm gonna say no. A job for the governor, I think. The province will gain loyalty, actually, which is kind of nice. The governor won't like us for that, putting it on him, but that's what he's there for. Not sure how this is gonna go, this fight, to be honest. Let's just back off and wait for a little bit more morale recovery next month. Are they gonna attack me before? 25th? Yeah, they are. Alright, well here we go. At least we have the terrain benefit of hills. Let's put... Yeah, I guess I'll have the elephant in the middle. Why not? Man, those elephants are just gonna shred our infantry. But we're beating them no problem. Alright, let's keep following them. Oh, filthy barbarians. Okay, they're gone. Ah, my allies took care of it. I forgot about that, actually. My allies will obviously come and take care of barbarians like that. Which is good. Okay, so our temples have been built. So if we were to have a look really quickly at our pops conversion rates, we're at 0.9% of a slave. See, the happiness is quite low here, so the conversions take way longer because the unrest is 26. So it is a slow burn situation, but they are slowly converting. What about here? This one's at 0.9 as well. That's why we need more of those buildings. 1 isn't enough. So let's build a couple more. Temple. I can only build 2 for now. Now there were things in those mission trees to kind of help us out with that, but oh well. Oh, I needed the money for that tech option as well. Damn it. Probably shouldn't have built those things. Because what I'd like to do is get these guys as a vassal. That's not going to happen until we get like 60 more relations. Aggressive expansion -10. I don't know what we can do to really get it over the edge like that. We could make friends with some of them as well. That also helps. And he's in power for a while. So let's try do that. How much money does he have as a... Oh, barely any. Okay, let's siphon funds. It'll get some corruption, but he needs more money if we want to make friends with people. Okay, so let's figure out like the next few years' plan. Like, what's our guy's mandate, you know? Influence of the family. So this is the same thing. We're going to get this a lot. So we read it once before, which is, you know, his family needs more people. Who do you want to get? Same people, basically. So I'm going to say none. We don't want those people. So 132. So this is actually really close to getting decline state. Oh, I guess actually not. Because the negatives outweigh it. Gift sent 20. Improve relations. Aggressive expansion. So yeah, I feel like making friends with this guy would be quite important to try and establish. And then that'll improve the opinion a little bit further. If we then work towards... Yeah, so let's cancel these buildings. And that gives us some money back. So when we get 200 money, then we can get that opinion maximum increase. Carthage loses 124. Fuck me. I thought it came from his pocket. It's coming from our pocket. We can do a moderate amount. Oh, we'll do a large amount. Fuck it. We'll go into negative and see how we cope. So we got a bunch of money, but our research has been hindered because of it. Tightening the strings. Yeah, oh well. It's to be expected. But at least we can do this now. So we'll take a hit on that research for, what is it, like 5 years, I think? 2 years. Okay, it's not too bad then. Only 2 years slowdown. So now we could improve relations here again for another, up to another further 10. So we don't want to do that yet. Until we know if we make friends or not. So, sorry, an outspoken critic of this guy has been seeking refuge in our country for some time. So do we want to take him in or not? So, yeah, we're not going to take him in as a favor to this guy. So, we'll take on 5 tyranny, though, doing this. It's so annoying. The trade-offs, man. And we're taking attrition here, is it? Yeah, the supply is too heavy for us. So we'll just move towards Carthage, start marching east. Alright, so what size are we up to now, by the way? We're up to 150 territories, 1,560 pops. So about an average of 10 pops per territory is pretty good. Got our first military tradition as well. Light cavalry offense. See, I feel like if we want to start attacking Rome, we need really good cavalry stuff. Manpower, light cavalry discipline, all of that. Ship strength is obviously quite important. They have 35 ships. They are building a navy. So I guess it would be good to just be dominant with that. And then we also get light infantry increases. And then down this chain, it's mercenaries. And heavy infantry. I think I'd like to go with the cavalry one and this one. And then just work our way down both chains. I know it's not necessarily the best idea to do 2 at the same. Yeah. Like, ships is good and all, but I feel like the cavalry offense is just too... I mean, see, the thing is, they've got that 20 bonus morale because of the difficulty, so I think every advantage on land we can get is just so important. It's the same as ships, though, I suppose. But we've got a bigger navy, so I'm not too concerned on the navy front. So let's go down this chain, then. Fighting in plains, we do better. Light cavalry cost. So fighting in plains. Heavy cavalry, light cavalry, and camel plains. Okay. So we just do better fighting in plains for the next one. So the Berber people to the west and the Numidians learned their horsemanship at a young age. For a people always on the move, this skill is invaluable. Damn right it is. We'll have to start fabricating on these guys as well soon. I say have to. We don't have to do anything. But it is inevitable. Could finish this mission and start opening up another one, but I'd like to do a little bit more. Release your largest port city with dominant Punic culture in the areas of Calabria, Lucania, Tarentum. Damn, that'd be nice to get. But it is going to be a long time, I think, before we do this. If we did get Calabria, though, if we manage to get these guys as a client, then we go straight down to this one. But yeah, I don't think we'll finish that either. Or this one. So I think we might have to wrap up this mission tree, actually. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think we're going to get them done. I don't think it's worth it. Like, so what do we get here? Just for a few years, we get some freeman output and happiness. I mean, it's kind of nice, but is it worth, like, waiting that long? So I think we'll finish the mission tree. We've entered Magna Graecia. So now we have to decide Pearl of Africa, Aegis of Africa, or the Iberian Struggle. And we'll read them in the next episode. And we'll start the next episode pretty soon. I just want to go a little bit longer on this one. We'll suffer some popularity hits here. Just want to see if we get friends with this guy. Okay. Alright, come on. Make friends with me, please. And then we'll just keep investing in temples and conversions. Not much else we can do until we start getting them on our side. I wonder how the city out here is doing now for migration. They're at 12. Still pretty bad. God damn it. I feel like we slowed down considerably now after that war. Hey, we got friends with them. Nice. Okay, so relations. Improve friend with ruler 25. So then we can improve relations by 10. And as soon as we hit that final 10, then we'll send a gift for 25. And that should get us up as high as we can go and see if we can get them as a client. If not, we'll get them as tribute. Alright, we'll leave it there, guys. Episode's gone on quite long. Alright, thank you very much for watching. We'll have to decide really where we're going to go next. Now, we are still getting integration on Gymnasia. We're getting integration, which is almost done on Acheon, which has 2 territories here. So, you know, we're still expanding slightly and slowly in other places. But with War with Rome is a big deal, and I'd like to just get the economy a bit better. I feel like we're not making very much money for our situation. Like, making 13, I feel like for our size, we should be making a lot more. So I'm going to look in between episodes, see what else we could possibly do to improve that. Maybe look through the laws and such, see if there's anything we need to change. Looks like military is coming up next. Maharbal Bodona is getting a lot of support for himself. So if military goes next, then I think we'll be going War with Rome. And it looks like we might have dual rulership for military, which I don't think really matters too much, but it would be kind of cool. And then we could empower them, actually, and get extra discipline. I think I'd do that. Yeah, for sure. That would be quite interesting. So we'll see what happens. Anything can change between now and then, as the others might get more seats. So we'll have to see, or more backing. Alright, that's going to be it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the kind of Republic focus on this episode. I did, anyway. But I'm always a little mindful when we're not currently fighting and expanding and playing as fast speeds as we can. But I like taking things slow, personally. Alright, thank you very much for watching again for the 3rd time. And I will see you in the next one.